All right, good evening, everyone. Dirk Knudsen, NorthwestPrepReport.com. With me tonight, I have a very special guest. I want to bring him on and talk about football and college football opportunities in the Pacific Northwest. I have with me Coach Gio of the Everett Red Raiders. Coach, I'm going to ask you to tell us a little bit about your program, what you guys are doing up in Everett, and what opportunities this is creating for high school graduates who want to go on and play college football.
Yeah. Well, like you said, Doug, my name is Gio Perez. I'm the receivers coach and special teams coordinator. Our program is offering a lot of great opportunities for the guys here in the Pacific Northwest. First and foremost, it's offering an opportunity for guys to save money because, playing in California and, Arizona can get pretty pricey. To offer that guys the opportunity to stay here in the Pacific Northwest, it's something that I take a lot of pride in, and more importantly, what the biggest thing is getting the best players to stay here and represent something here in the Northwest. And I look forward to building something special here. And it's 14 we're doing that. I mean, a lot of our guys that we signed for the 2014 class are guys that you have done articles on, and last year, four of my receivers from 2013 are actually moving on to the next level, two on scholarships. So that's pretty good success. Some junior colleges in California can't even say that. So, our program is definitely legit. I mean, the only thing, we don't have is sponsorship from the actual school, but, essentially what our program is a bunch of guys that played junior college football back in the day here and who are committed to bringing it back and to bringing that tradition back here to the Pacific Northwest. And, it's going very well. Our league is well structured. We have, a great community, and we got great people here, and a lot of great people to back us up. And for me personally, it's a blessing for me to coach in this league and to be around some of the mentors that I've been around because I met a lot of great people. And we're no joke. We're on the come up, and this fall and within the next 2-3 years, you're going to see a lot of great things out of this league, and we should be able to go down and compete with those Arizona teams and, get a W out of them.
Well, for those that maybe aren't aware, there's not any official junior college football in Oregon. There really isn't any in Washington. Your program's kind of leading the way back. As you said, I guess we can call it a club team, but you are part of the school in so much as you're using the facilities there. I guess it doesn't too much matter whether it's school or whether it's your students. The fact is your players are students at Everett, aren't they?
Exactly. All our players, we're actually monitor our players with grades and everything. We do everything like any regular junior college does. Like I said, the only thing we don't have is just a financial standpoint from the school. But I mean, we monitor our kids. We stay up to date with them. We make sure that their academics are all straight, and we handle everything like a real other junior college program does.
Yeah, and I've been hearing good things the last couple of years about the level of play you guys have been bringing up. This year, it looks like you've got some good recruits and some interesting ones coming in. So let's jump over and talk about this guy that I just brought up on the screen. We broke his story this year.
Yeah.
Big Tony Picard, the Umatilla. Well, he has a Indian heritage off the Yakima Indian tribe in White Swan, a real small school in Washington. Tipped the scales at 400 at some point, and then was actually running the football and doing some things as an athlete, regardless of his size, that you and I as coaches and as football guys know a guy that big should not be able to do. To me, he was a late riser. He wasn't a Division I guy out of the gate. He's not there, but he needs a chance to develop. So what are you going to do with Big Tone when you get him out to play with you guys? I know he's real excited to be with the team. And what are the plans with Tony? Is he going to move into his natural position, maybe as a nose tackle, a defensive tackle? But will Coach actually give him a chance to be the 400-pound battering ram that he was in high school?
No, unfortunately not. I mean, we have a guy by the name of Danny Wilson who was a superstar at Bothell High School back in 2013. He's a class of 2013 guy. So, and we have UMIT coming in, so we got a good backfield. So unfortunately, he can't play a little running back, but we hope to bring him in and at middle nose tackle, we run the 34 defense to kind of bring him in and be that guy who can clog up the holes because One of my main priorities was defensive line because when we went down to play Arizona, I mean, they beat us in the trenches, and but I also want to mention Tony's a great kid. He's definitely been my favorite recruit by far, just from a character standpoint. He's a guy that I just enjoy meeting with him every time I talk to him. I mean, he's a great kid, and I look forward to not only working with him I love the kid, and I'm more than thankful for him to give me the opportunity for him to be a part of this, for him for him to be a
Yeah.
Red Raider because I mean he's a great kid and he's a great teammate.
You could see the slide I just brought up is some of Tony's art, and the one thing we discovered about Tony and helping him get this story out and kind of discovering him is, guy's got a real nice talent in his art. This is something he's working on. Looks like for the team, for your logo, the Red Raiders, the team mascot. But
Yeah.
Tony's actually making a nice living off of his artwork right now. At least covering costs. He bought himself a car. When we ran his film, he had no vision of playing college football. He was going to be another big kid trying to struggle his way, through life into college, maybe. He had that in the back of his mind that he wanted to be a player. So for you guys to give him an opportunity, I know he's going to school there and going to work on some of his art, and he's playing in the Earl Barton Classic, I think, the All-State game this summer. So he'll be a real exciting guy to watch. And the other guy that is here with you in this last picture, tell me about him. That's Umid, right? Big running back from Eastern Washington. What do you know about him, and what kind of player is he going to be for you?
Definitely Human makes us definitely go to a kind of a two-back set. I mean, between him and Danny, it gives us a great running back core. First of all, this kind of shows you how our program has evolved. Human actually was the one who found me out of nowhere. One day he just gave me a call, and I was like, he gave me a call, and I said, "Who is this guy?" Human. I looked up his film, and I said, "Oh." That's at that point. That's when I realized our program is really taking off. When guys like that could go to a Riverside or to a Mount Sac and go there and compete, right away for a starting job, I realized that hey, our program is definitely taking off. And he came down here to Everett, and I'm actually within the next 3 weeks gonna go meet him down there. And he's a great kid, and I'm more than excited for him to come down and show what he can do. But I mean that having guys like that of his caliber show the kind of players that we're getting. We're not just, doing little combines and having guys show up. We're going out and we're getting the players that we want because we're committed to winning. And, because the more games we win, the more guys get noticed and the more scholarships and the more scouts we can get here to our practices and games.
For that Seattle-Tacoma, region of I-5, there's a lot of talent that isn't able to move on for a lot of different reasons. You talk about Danny Wilson from Bothell. What an incredible talent he was. We covered him for a couple of years, top player, top 10 guy in the state of Washington. Obviously grades, life, things just get in the way of kids moving on a lot of times. And then there's those regrets as you get older that if I had just had my shot or if I could have found the right path. And so your school looks like it could play a very important part for these young men in the Pacific Northwest. There's enough kids just in the I-5 corridor in that region, in that greater Everett market, Seattle, Tacoma, all the way up to the Canadian border. I mean, you guys ought to be able to recruit a number. I guess it's a matter of turning the corner with guys and with high school coaches and guys like me who are analysts to say, this is a legitimate opportunity to go play football. And the goal here is for these guys to play 2 years, get an associate's degree, and then have a chance to move on. You've had quite a few guys moved on this year, are going to have a chance to go on and play at places like Central Washington. I think Idaho State picked up one of them. I mean, what a great outcome for kids. So, Coach Gio, well, you guys, good luck with this season. What I see, there's an open tryout actually coming up April 27th that was on your Facebook page. Tell us a little bit about the open tryout and what that might mean to some kids to be able to go to that.
So essentially, the reason why we had to do that is because, like I told you, our 2014 class has a lot of great studs coming in. So what our head coach decided to do is kind of to do a combine to offer kids who we didn't personally recruit to come out and kind of show what they got and for us to kind of see the kind of player they are and kind of showcase their skill and for us to kind of evaluate them and let them know, hey, this kid could be an impact player. This kid, could be a scouting player, or whatever. But overall, it's just for us to, another thing for us to get our name out there and for kids to come out and kind of, be a part of our program. And, the more recruiting and kind of network our team. But, it's just, like I said, like exactly how it said, an open tryout.
So while you said that, I brought up the Everett Red Raiders. Uh, it's the homepage, home team's online page
Homepage.
for Everett. Yeah, and so it looks like very easy. Just Google search Everett Red Raiders. I see on here registration, photo gallery, records. I picked up some of your roster was on here, the stats were on here, and I see some names I for sure know. It looks like
Yeah.
the roster's got about 30 kids on it, maybe something like that.
Yeah, returning sophomores. We lost a lot of guys. Like I told you, I mean, we lost. I think 6 to 8 of our guys are moving on a scholarship from 2013. So that's a pretty good number.
Coach, well, we're breaking up a little bit here. I want to thank you for taking the time, and we'll run this on the site for some guys who still are going to graduate here in June. If you can still play the game, guys who maybe graduated last year, even the year before that, hanging around, maybe not sure what you're doing, get yourself in school. Call up Coach Gio here. He's on Facebook. And Coach, can you spell out your last name for us, first and last name on Facebook so people can find you?
My last name is Perez, P-R-E-Z. It's actually hyphenated, so it's P-R-E-Z hyphenated at C-H-A-B-O-Y-A.
Okay. Coach, last question I have for you. You played some ball. Where did you play at?
I played small college ball in Mayville State University. It's a small school in North Dakota. Actually, I blew out my knee, so that you know how injuries go. But I mean, it was a great time, and I'm actually a junior college product myself, so I know what it's like to personally to go to junior college and get the whole academic thing straight. So I've been there, done that. So when players come in, I'm talking from personal experience, not just not just he said she said. I know what I'm talking about, and I'm committed to helping guys get out of here because like how you mentioned, my dream is to be a Division I coach. The only way I can make it is if my players make it too. So
you gotta have a record going out, don't you? All right, Coach. Thank you so much for taking the time, and please stay in touch with us. Let us know how you guys do as the season goes along. Even though I primarily cover high school, I've got to help these guys find a place to go, and you and your school and your head coach and what you guys are doing up there is an important part of that, Coach. So, Gio, thanks for taking the time. You have a great evening, and good luck to you and the Red Raiders.
Thank you for your time, Dirk. Thank you.
All right, buddy. Coach Gio with us tonight. Thank you very much, Coach.